There's a fantastic horse racing expression that says the smaller the race, the bigger the result. It's not always the case, but in this particular race, the Grand Heritage 1475, worth R750,000 run at the Vaal racecourse on Saturday, the 30th of September. It's the biggest race in South Africa in terms of numbers of participants. And we're going to have an opportunity to break this field down, bearing in mind that we can't speak to everybody. We do know that Scott Kenny thinks he's got a very lively chance with a horse called Hidden Agenda, but we're going to speak to the champion trainer, TARRY, who's got 5 competitors. Team de Kock have got just one runner, the son of Elusive Fort, called Elevated, who was emphatic in his last victory, his first start on the Highveld. We're going to chat to Matthew de Kock. Team Azzy have got 2 runners in Arctica and Trading Profit. We'll speak to Michael and Adam Azzy respectively, bearing in mind that Adam owns the latter. And then finally, we're going to speak to Geoff Woodruff, who's got a horse called Zouaves, who also looks to be on the upgrade. A fantastic event, and our hearty thanks go to World Sports Betting for their very kind sponsorship. You drawn 20 with a horse that really has accelerated his form from Cape Town and his only start here on the Highveld.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. Well, the horse firstly came to us in great order. Big thanks to Ms. Van Rienen for that, and obviously to all the partners for sending him and having the idea, because this is the idea of trying to go for a race like this, the Grand Heritage. So the horse is fit and well, and everything is going as planned. It's a great initiative, but it is a funny race, and it's different. There's no ways of testing the horse over that kind of distance or track. There's only one race like it, so we're not sure how he'll go, but you know, he's not a type of horse that blows you away at home, but he shows you enough to tell you that he is well, which he is.
200 metres left to go. Top shot. Elevated pins his ears back on the inside. Then further back to National Key, followed by Silver Scooter, but Elevated has come to join. Top shot over the final 50 and now extends away. Elevated, a good win. It's hands and heels as well.
He certainly wasn't punished to win last time out.
No, he won with a lot in hand, which is what we wanted to see. Drawn well around the bend, 14.50, I'd be very confident, but it's a funny race and you don't know where the going is going to be on the day, so we hope we'll have a good run.
We always love to see homebred stallions perform well, like, you know, the likes of Al Mufti and Captain L and Horse Chestnut, but this horse Elusive Fort's alive.
Yeah, you know, Andy, I really do like him. Someone who buys a lot of horses for Johan Maherba says, and does a lot of stats, says that he's got very good stats for a stallion in South Africa, and considering probably hasn't got the type of mares that Sylvana and Dynasty gets, he's a good stallion. He's a bread and butter stallion. His horses have nice deep girths and they're lovely to work with. I've only had a few of them, but I really do like him.
What a fantastic name to have running in a Grand Heritage race, and the most exciting thing about the whole thing is that he's your own horse.
Hi Andrew, yeah. I'd say we're quite fortunate to get him to run in a race like this because as a younger horse his rating probably was a lot higher than where he was competitive at, and he is competing in races where he could run for this type of stake money, but he wasn't competitive in them. So we're lucky that we've been given another opportunity with the conditions of this race being a lower rated horse and still being able to compete for the prize money. So the concept of the race is great for horses like this, and yeah, like you said, very fortunate enough to have him in. I think the horse himself, he's had a good preparation coming in, 3 victories. Always would like a horse to have that type of prep coming into any race. So we're really happy with that. He's bumping probably a lot better company. And as I've stated before, this race, probably a lot of it's going to boil down to luck. You know, you've got 28 horses, a lot can happen. We're not used to racing with fields of 28. So hopefully Lady Luck's on our side, and the horse is in good condition and his prep's gone well, and he could be a competitive runner.
I think to all intents and purposes, his stable companion looks like he might be one of his biggest dangers.
Yeah, Arctic is doing really well. You know, pity about the weight, but that's something that he's going to just have to shoulder. The horse is in good condition, and we've got the likes of Pierre Stradom aboard, and you know, like we saw with Will Pays in the Group 3 a couple of weeks ago, he had 60.5 kilos and he won in facile fashion. So if the horse is good enough and things go his way on the day, let's hope that he can win too.
28 runners, lots of exhilaration, lots of innovation, and you've got 5 contenders in this 1475 metre race. And we're starting off with Donny G, who's number 5, the mount of Lyle Hewitson.
Yes, thanks Andrew. Happy to have 5 runners. You're going to need luck in running, and obviously it's going to be tricky to decide where you want to be in the race. Yeah, Donny G had a fantastic prep run, finished off best of all, came from a long way back, and if Lyle's able to get him as settled as he was on the day for that run, I'm sure he'll be finishing very strongly. He would have come on with that run.
Fantastic. Then you've got big race Samanga Kamalo climbing aboard Count Tassilo.
Count Tassilo was in the same race. He didn't have luck in running. He was eased at a crucial point in the race, so I'm expecting probably a similar run to Donny G, that he's going to be coming from off them and doing his best work late, and obviously would have come on with that run.
And then the young and talented Craig Zaki climbs aboard Bernard Cantor's Social Order.
So a horse that's that's doing well. He needed his last run a little bit more than we anticipated, but at the same time they were not coming back on the day at Turfentine, and we elected to give him a chance in a slow run race, and he couldn't make up the ground. I think he does want a bit further these days, and we'd probably have him a lot closer. He's in good shape.
All right, then on to horse number 17, who's the mount of Donovan Mansur, and that, of course, is Bold Viking.
So yes, a horse. All five of my runners got very similar profiles in that they needed their first run. They finished their races off well enough, and he was in the same race as Social Order and went very slow. This horse does need a good pace, and I'm sure we'll get a decent pace in this race. Be doing his best work late too.
And then, of course, Muzieni is on a horse that I've got a very soft spot for in Yankee Captain.
He's in a good place. He's got a nice weight. And yes, I'm happy to have the fifth string in my bow.
One of your favourite sayings in life is positive momentum. What are your thoughts on the progress of the race?
Look, it's a tricky timing. The positioning is very tricky, both for the racecourse manager and obviously for the horseman. I think probably if we had a few more weeks to prepare for a race like this, it would be ideal. And I suppose it will also give us the benefit of maybe getting one or two rains if it was a few weeks down the line. But having said that, the race is where it is, and it's no secret that I only expect to really start getting my horses at their top end towards November, end of October, November. It is coming soon for us. My horses all needed their first run, but they've all complied with the regulations and they've all come on with their run. So we're just hoping, and we're hopeful, and we need luck in running. And it's a lovely, innovative event, and let's hope it all goes to plan.
I think it's a lovely initiative. 28 horses, a bit of a spectacle, but as far as I'm concerned, I use it as like the kick-off feature race of the season, if you like.
Zouaves finds a big finish, runs at Rasmal, and Zouaves cleared away to win it smartly. Zouaves beats Rasmal, then came Bonnie Prince and Silver Sails.
It comes shortly before the spring challenge. The stake is obviously quite significant, so obviously well worth going for. And Zouaves ran a very good second yesterday. He's entered, and I think he'd be a lively runner should he get in, especially off his benchmark. But I think as trainers, we're all sort of probably looking at it the same way. Who have we got ready this soon in the season that will be competitive over that trip? So, I've been sort of concentrating on Zouaves. I think he would be competitive.